So
Okay.
that is project one. Do you want me to go over project two?
Yes, please.
Okay. So project one is basically making a picture, coding it. It should be a fun project. Project
Mm-hmm.
two, and I might go in here and clean this up a little bit. Might get confusing to some people. Alrighty. Project
Mm-hmm.
two is one world. Okay, so just
Got
like
it.
how I made the world over here. So this might be
Mm-hmm.
student world number one. Okay,
Yep.
all right.
Okay.
And then world number two, you're going to make a second world over here, and that might be called student world number two.
Mm-hmm.
So just like in this lesson 2.1 or 2.12, well, they're showing you the while loops. And in this lesson, it doesn't matter what world you're in, Carl will work in it. And that's
Yep.
because we're using the while loops. So this assignment is kind of based on that unit. So 1 grade for you. So project two is just turning in world number one. Okay, you make
Got it.
your own world and you turn it in.
Mm-hmm.
Project three is your second world. So basically, you're not coding anything new. We're testing, right? We're testing that your
Right.
second world works. And then the third then the thing I'm going to be doing is I'm testing it in my world. Okay.
Okay.
So project three is really testing project two, make sure it works in any world that's out there.
Got it.
Okay. So you're not coding a new project, it's more testing. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So there's some examples. And these are some tasks that you need to be able to do because these are things that are going to be in my world. Other
Yep.
than these four things, you can do whatever you want. If you want to do a maze that is, you know, crazy and has, spirals in it and whatever, you build a bunch of walls, don't care. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You can do whatever you want, but you have to have some gray squares. Sorry, there's going to be gray and red squares in there. Sorry, you're going to have both those colors and you can change them to any color you want.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. There's going to be some balls in there. So you got to have some code that picks up the balls. And then you're going to go somewhere else. That's totally up to you. I just don't want you to put them down in the same spot. All right. You're going to make a
Right.
stack of 3 balls. All right. So you have to be able to repeat putting balls down in one spot. And then find the starting square and the ending square. And that's the only thing I'm going to change on here. I'm going to tell you exactly this is where Carl is starting, and this
Mm-hmm.
is where Carl is ending. So in your world, you would want to have Carl starting and ending in the same world. I don't we can do it, but it's going to be really hard. If we start Carl down here and it says find the green square, it could take forever to get Carl up here to find that green square.
Yep.
Okay, so I'm just going to tell you green square is this spot, and red, what was it? The blue square is this spot, and I'll tell you which direction they need to be facing. So this code is going to be the same in all 3 worlds. It's the starting point and the end point. And I'll update that later today, hopefully. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And
Okay.
so I put a sample of what my world might look like. This isn't it. But remember, gray and red squares are going to change to different colors. You got yet balls to pick up. You have a starting spot and you got to stack the balls somewhere. It doesn't matter. And, like if you go forward and run into a wall, you got to decide, are you going north, south, east, and west or whatever? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So my world is not going to be exactly like this because I don't want to give you the solution yet, but it's going to be very similar to something like this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
And then again, does your code work? 100 points. Did you survive my test? My world? Did you survive my world? If you did, easy points. All right, is your code efficient? If it was efficient in the last one, it should be efficient here. There's 200 points. That's easy because you're not changing anything. So those are like free points. Documentation, make sure you document. So these are all free points, because if you did it in the last assignment, you do it here. You know, it's is your world, and I should change this. Sorry, this should say world 2. Is it creative, original, and so forth? Okay.
Yep. Okay.
Actually, I think this is world 1, isn't it? Yeah, this is world 1. So that is correct. So world 1, again, you'll do it in the sandbox. You'll share that link. You'll copy and paste it down here. World 2
Mhm.
is the next assignment, which is project 3. And you are going to give me just your world. There's nothing new
Yep.
on here. It's the same stuff. You're just giving me the world. And then I'm going to test it. And so project 3 is the testing part to see if your code for world number 1 works in world 2 and in my world. Does that make
Mhm.
sense?
Makes sense.
Okay. I tried, once you start talking all these different worlds and all that, I don't want anyone to get confused, but basically it's make a world. You make a second world to test it, make sure that it works in the second world. It
Mhm.
should. You should never have to make special code to make it work, right? It should work in
Yeah.
one world, it should work in the other one. And then I'm just creating a world to test it in. And that's how that goes.
Yep.
So, do you think you have any questions for me?